Good morning and welcome to Wednesday's Early Morning Intuitive Guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to start your day off well. And I don't know about for you, but for us, we're about to move into 5 days of precipitation, snow, sleet, rain, dark of night, all the things. So we'll settle in today and get comfortable and spend some time finishing up this wild ride we've had a couple of days in a row now on the Edgar Cayce thoughts regarding the cohort typically described as baby boomers. Good morning, Beth. Welcome. Glad you're here. And just some final thoughts on that, and kind of like sending those of us in that cohort out to notice and to show up and to do the things that we're feeling called to do. Good morning, Miss Jo Neal. Welcome, welcome. Glad you are here. So we'll give it a minute as people pop on because I'm a few minutes late today, one of those mornings. So we'll get things started with some tapping and some breath. Nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Really fill your lungs up as far to capacity as you can. In and out. A little tapping. In, out. Fully taking in life. Good morning, Barb. Welcome. In and out. One more, just for good measure. In and out. Welcome to the three of you. My guess is you were being diligent about checking when I popped on. Just got a little bit late this morning. Well, LinkedIn, come on, what the heck? Let's go here. Yeah, this mass projection from a platform to a bunch of other platforms is just a wild gig. And there's bugs in all of this stuff. I don't know. We'll see. So yesterday it was Zoom, and it wasn't my Zoom. I was on a Zoom someone else was leading, and Zoom was just having fits. So good morning, Nancy. Glad you are here. I kind of think energetically, given what's going on, it makes sense that the things we're creating may not be keeping up with some of the pace of advances that are occurring. So this particular I'm going to call it the final activation, bringing this all together, all the things we've talked about the last couple of days. And now this is sort of like, okay, and how do we do this? And where do we go from here? And that kind of stuff. So Edgar Cayce said that activation of the soul, recognizing the preparation period work is just now beginning, is where we are right now. We're moving from also on YouTube with sound. Yay, there we go. Well, we shall see. So let's see here. I don't think there's anything I need to do to make that happen. We'll give it a punt. We'll see what happens. So it's our soul figuring out, okay, we're there. We've done all the prep work. We've done the belches, wheezes, and coughs of change. And now it's time to implement this stuff. What's this going to look like? And it's the key feature. I thought this was so interesting, especially interesting for women, and especially interesting for people of color, and especially interesting for the Midwest. The final activation happens through me the moment I stop waiting for permission to be exactly who I am. That chime for any of you? That looking for, okay, where's the feedback? Where's whoever on high saying, I'm doing the right thing, I'm following the right path, I've taken the right steps, blah, blah, blah. Stop waiting for permission. It is time. Move it forward. Trust your gut. Trust your higher self that whispers in your ear. Go this way, not that way. Do this, not that. Still yourself enough. We've talked about being still, right? Quiet enough that we can hear that little voice that gives us the guidance that we need, right? So it says, overcoming our greatest obstacle, which is that critical voice. What are you doing that for? That's not going to work. You don't matter. All the junk, right? Overcoming that critical voice, which is that's the final layer of that wound that we talked about 2 days ago, um, that we incur in our interactions with life. And it's the final layer, that who do you think you are? Being done with that so that we can be released into the deepest part of our mission that is yet to be accomplished. So, one of the things that, well, three of the things that they talked about, there's three things that we're required to bring to the table if we want to be stepping truly into our higher selves. Good morning, Mel. Glad you are here. So let's see what you think of these three things. I just mentioned one of them, but we'll get to it. The first one is recognition. Recognition that we have a call. We have something we're supposed to be doing. We are in this bandwidth of baby boomer and a sense of knowing, yeah, there's something more. I haven't done what I came here to do yet. It's time. It's time. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing, or I have an inkling of what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm not quite trusting it yet. Step forward. Find a small step. Take a small step. So the first thing is that recognition that our story isn't ordinary. We're here to do something. We have something yet to accomplish. And interestingly, I remember a presenter at some conference I went to was talking about, you think you're doing nothing. On the earth plane, whatever you just did may look like nothing. I'm just going to pick something bland. You opened a door for somebody. That on this other plane may have been all the bells and whistles, the angels singing, the whole thing. It was the mere step that's required to move things forward, to move heaven and earth, to move heaven and earth. Okay. So that recognition, there's a map here within me that I need to read. There's guidance within me. I need to quiet myself and slow myself down and follow that guidance. Number two, permission. Stop waiting for someone else to say it's okay for you to be the real you, for it to be time to move this forward, for you to take the next step on your path. The only one who needs to say, all right, it's time, is you. You take the step. Little steps. If a big step, if you kind of have a sense of knowing what it is you're here to do, and you're like, oh, how am I ever gonna find a little step? I'll tell you what I tend to do. I'll make a folder for that. I'll open a tab on my computer. I'll Google such and such. Little steps that signal me and the universe, I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to move forward. And then the doors begin to open, right? Third step is action. A quiet, deliberate act of showing up as your full self in one ordinary moment. So it might be you're sitting around a table of people and someone says something that you know is not in alignment with the path. It might be saying, yeah, I guess I don't view it that way. One little thing. And for some of you, you're like, that's not a little thing, that's huge. Then find a little thing, something that you perceive as little. Again, our measure of big and little is warped compared to how the universe processes this stuff. So take a step. So it's recognition that we have what we need to do what we're here to do. Permission, we give ourselves permission to do it. And three, action, we do it. We take some steps, we move some things forward. And yes, those early steps might be tentative. Well, I think maybe kind of sort of I might want to, whatever it is, take that step. And then if you remember, if you choose to, please applaud yourself. Please pat yourself on the back. There, I took a step. I opened a tab. I put a name on a folder. I made a phone call. I talked to somebody about this path thing, whatever it is, whatever it is, just do something. So I would love to hear from you what your thoughts are on these 3 videos and how it applies to you. What's applicable to you? What are you going to do with this? It's one thing to say, well, that was really nice, but what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? If you have a tool and you do not use it, what's the point? What's the point? And yeah, I feel called for us to do our statements from the 21 days of divine right timing and divine right order, invoking divine right timing and divine right order. Does that mean we are creating the divine right timing and the divine right order? In a sense, maybe, but also that we're acknowledging that to date, maybe we've been getting in our way a little bit. Maybe we've been getting in our way a little bit. So rub your hands together, get some energy going. Today, the divine will show me the way. You say it. I am open to all signs and messages. Perfect steps are already picked, and I am guided to them. Moving through the world, open to constant help, gets easier and easier with practice. Awesome. Awesome. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.